One of the best things that you can do on your financial journey is create routines around your money. So I have an annual money routine, a monthly money routine, a daily money routine, but in today's video, we're going to be diving into my weekly payday routine. My payday routine is something that I do every single Tuesday before I get paid on Wednesday, and I follow these steps every week to make sure that I stay consistent and to help me to not break my budget. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Before we jump into my payday routine, let's talk about the 5 bank accounts I use to help me to organize my money. The very first one is my business bank account. Since I am an entrepreneur, all of the money that I make goes directly into my business account. This is where all of the revenue sits, and I will pay myself from my business bank account every single week. When I pay myself, it will go directly into my bill account. My bill account is basically where the hub of my money will sit, and then I will transfer into different accounts from there. The other accounts that I will transfer to is my spending account, which is where all of the money goes that I am going to spend throughout the week. My short-term savings account, and that is for sinking funds and things that I might need in the short-term future, and my long-term savings account, which is my emergency fund. Now, I will run my payroll every single Monday. I use QuickBooks in order to manage all of my business expenses, and so I will process payroll just like I would for any other employee. So I will process payroll on a Monday, and then the money is directly deposited into my bill account on Wednesday, which means that I start my payday routine on Tuesday. Tuesday morning is where I'm going to set up and look at all of the bills that I have to pay for this week and all of the expenses that are coming up for this week. But I like to do it the day before I get paid. This way I can make sure that all of my bills are covered and I don't start swiping too soon. I start off with writing down all of my bills. These are all of the bills that I can think of for the upcoming week that I know I need to pay. So I write all of these down: my mortgage, my phone bill, my utilities, anything that needs to be paid that week. And then in the very next section, I will write down all of the additional expenses that I have. These are my variable expenses. These are things like food, like groceries and restaurants, entertainment, shopping, or anything else that I could possibly think of that could come up this upcoming week. So I'm thinking of all events from that Wednesday up until the very next Tuesday. Now, for some of these, I have a pretty good idea of how much we're going to spend. On average, we spend about $200 a week on groceries. But for other categories like shopping and entertainment, I am doing my best educated guess, but I might need to adjust as the week goes along. This is why I am using my budget column, because this is my best estimate of all of the expenses that are coming up for the week. Now, I pretty much know that the bills are the bills. They are not going to change, but I may adjust the amount of money that I am spending on the variable expenses that I have here, because I am not 100% sure that this is going to be the exact amount I need. So I give myself an estimate, but if I need to make adjustments along the way throughout the week, I will do that. So after I have prepared my budget on a Tuesday and I have written everything down on my weekly paycheck budget sheet, the next step is to confirm my payday amount. This happens on a Wednesday morning. As soon as my direct deposit hits my bank account, I will check my business bank account to make sure it is withdrawn and my bill bank account to make sure it is deposited into the correct account. After I have been paid and I have confirmed that the amount that has hit my account is correct, then I'm going to decide how much I am setting aside for my long-term savings and my short-term savings. Now, my short-term savings is for sinking funds. This is for any repairs, maintenance, travel, birthdays, anniversaries, or anything else that could be coming up in the short term. I will set aside a little bit money every single time I get paid into this account. This ensures that we don't break our budget if the car breaks down or we need to repair something in the house. Now, how much I am putting into my savings account does change from week to week. It really just depends on how much money I have left over. But on average, I will try and add $100 into my short-term savings account and $50 into my long-term savings account. I will add this into the sinking fund section of my paycheck budget sheet. Now, after I I have transferred the money from my short-term savings and my long-term savings, and that amount is there, then the next transfer that I'm going to do is separating my bill money from my spending money. So I said I have a bill account and then I have a spending account. For my bill account, I will keep all of the money that is allotted for the bills into that account. That's the first section on my paycheck budget. It is all the money that is allotted for my bills. So that amount will stay within my bill account. But the second section, that variable expense section, all of that money will be transferred over into my spending account. The spending account is where I am keeping money for groceries and restaurant and entertainment and shopping. So this would be all of the spending money that we have for the week. Sometimes I will take this money out in cash as well if I'm really trying to stay on top and monitor our spending. But if I don't have time to go to the ATM, then I will just leave it in our spending account. And after everything is transferred, I will have an amount in the bill account for all of the bills that need to be paid. A lot of them are on auto draft, so I will just let that money sit and just monitor it as bills will clear the account and mark it off on my paycheck budget sheet. And the main account that I am watching is my spending account. This is the account that I need to stay on top of to make sure that we don't spend too much or go over the amount of money that I have transferred into that account. So of course the goal is to not have to transfer any more money or to use any credit cards for the spending throughout the week. Once that money is transferred over and I have my spending money for the week, then I will do my daily money routine to stay on top and track the money that's there and make sure that we don't blow our budget. And that is my payday routine. Now, I've been using this exact payday routine for at least 3 to 5 years now, and it has helped us pay down so much debt and save thousands of dollars. And anytime I'm asked, what's the #1 thing that you can do to transform your money? I always say it's your routine. If you can develop a solid payday routine, then you will be able to transform your money over time. So now I would love to know, do you have a payday routine? Is it something that you've been using over time? And if so, how has it helped you? If you don't have a payday routine, now is a great time to get started. Use this video as your guide to creating your own. So guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave it in the comments section. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.